In the early years, Japan was a place of peace. People were living in harmony and tranquility. Doing things they normally do. Until an event that came that had put their lives into an end. For some, a living hell. Bombs' effects were devastating as compared to other bombs released due to their atomic components. These events made a huge impact on the world's history. This caught up the interest of two students that led them to further investigate the reason for the disastrous effects of the bombing. They've conducted a tough research and found out that a survivor named Naomi Sasaki and searched for her to know more about the said events.
Who are you, children?
Watashi Naomi desu, a Hiroshima bombing survivor. I remember it was a quiet day, but I knew that something wrong was going to happen. A nuclear bomb was dropped above our city and devastated it.
The students researched on the mechanism and discovery of fission. They have found out that fission occurs when a neutron strikes the nucleus of either isotope, splitting the nucleus into fragments and releasing a tremendous amount of energy. The fission process becomes self-sustaining as neutrons produced by the splitting of atoms strike nearby nuclei and produce more fission. This is known as a chain reaction and is what causes a nuclear explosion. After more research, we came up with radioactivity, which was discovered by a scientist named Marie Curie. It all started with William Roentgen. Wilhelm Roentgen was conducting an experiment when he noticed photographic plates near his equipment glowing. He discovered the glowing was caused by mysterious rays emitted by the glass tube used in his investigation. This tube contained a pair of electrodes. As electricity passed between the electrodes, X-rays were emitted and appeared on the photographic plates. Roentgen called the rays X for unknown. His discovery became important in medical diagnosis and therapy. In 1896, Henry Becquerel was using naturally fluorescent minerals to study the properties of X-rays, which had been discovered in 1895 by William Roentgen. He exposed potassium uranyl sulfate to sunlight and then placed it on photographic plates wrapped in black paper. Believing that the uranium absorbed the sun's energy and then emitted it as X-rays. Marie Curie was inspired by the works of Henry Becquerel regarding rays from uranium. She made further studies on these radioactive rays that led her to the discovery of the nature of thorium as a radioactive element. Together with her husband, Pierre Curie, they worked on pitchblende. On April 12, 1898, she published her hypothesis of a still unknown radioactive element and worked with pitchblende and chalcolite, both uranium ores, to isolate this element. Both discovered two new elements, radium and polonium. These discoveries led her to winning a Nobel Prize for Physics. After the recognition, she continued studying and applying her discovery in making more efficient and portable X-ray machines that were used in the field during the war.
I am Marie Curie. My discovery of radium and polonium and the other elements had brought a great impact on the field of science. These key elements helped the world of medicine to know how to deal with different diseases and illnesses through the equipments that was based on the radioactivity, the X-rays, and other machineries. And also, one of my greatest contribution is the discovery of the nuclear fission, which is also one of the most cost-effective form of energy that today's generation have. This energy helped the different countries to create electricity that is needed to manage the task of the modern life. It can also be transmitted into a long distance to ensure that they can have the access to the power that they need. This nuclear fission process doesn't produce any form of pollution while being operated. The impact of this on environment is that it creates uranium from the mining activities, and this is significant for turning it into fuel. The radioactivity is not something to be afraid of just because it is related to the atomic explosion. This radioactivity or nuclear fission is a source of energy that gives advantages in different aspects of technology. The advantages of its safety must be brought into consideration. This discovery had brought us to what we are today.
The students realized the power and significance of radioactivity. Without it, solutions to some societal problems, such as in the field of medicine, would not be possible. Since it can be used as source of energy, it would help provide and sustain power to the country. Through radioactive decay, various elements are being obtained that can be utilized to produce new technologies and materials to make life convenient. These students made various research on possibilities using nuclear fission and radioactivity. Years after, the students became successful scientists that have developed new equipments and discovered new technologies that could help in the medical field.